Give it up, Tommy!
No way!
What's up, guys? Welcome to Power Rangers Essentials, the show where we recap the very best and must-see episodes of Power Rangers and talk about what we can learn from our favorite colored spandex heroes. My name's Steven Zarita, and let's get started with our recap of Green with Evil, Part 5. So right off the bat, the Rangers are in the command center, still coping with the fact that Tommy is the Green Ranger. They split up to go find him, and Kimberly finds him in the juice bar and offers him help. He refuses her help and also reveals that he knows who the other Power Rangers are. Rita summons the Dragon Zord for the first time to wreak havoc on the city, and the Rangers morph to try and stop it. Except, if you remember last episode, they lost their Zords, so there's not much they can do. Back at the command center, Alpha 5 finally finds Zordon, reestablishes the link, and the Dinozords are brought back somehow, despite being destroyed last episode. Anyways, the Rangers hop back into their Dinozords to fight Tommy's Dragon Zord and defeat it. Jason jumps down to face Tommy head-on and destroys the Sword of Darkness at the end of a very intense fight. With the Sword of Darkness broken, Rita's spell is also broken, and Tommy is once again good. The new Rangers morph to pose and declare their fight against Rita and all of her nasty monsters, and Zordon reveals Dragon Zord in fighting mode to add to the Rangers' arsenal. Zordon finishes Tommy's initiation at the command center, and Billy even makes a new communicator for Tommy to use, since he's now part of the team.
Power Rangers!
Alright, that's the synopsis, so what did we learn here today? Well, it's kind of what we learned over the course of this entire 5-part mini-series. You never know who could make a good friend. You never know, there's good in everyone. Think about it, Tommy is this evil Green Ranger. He's the hardest villain the Rangers have fought, yet after this 5-part mini-series, he is their greatest ally. Most people would look at someone like Tommy and just say, that is a bad guy, that is a villain, we have to defeat him. But Jason especially, as well as the other Rangers, are saying, no, we have to change him back. It's not his fault. There's a lot we can learn from that. You can be a lot more patient with people and then see their good side later on. Now, that doesn't really work with everybody, but it is something to keep in mind and try to find the good in people. All right, why is this an essential episode? Well, this is when the show got really good. I mean, everything prior to Green with Evil was really campy, really cheesy, really 90s, and it still is a little campy and cheesy. But, I mean, like I said before, Tommy is the Ranger most people think of when they think of Power Rangers, and this is his grand addition to the team. And the Green Ranger had a lot of drama to him, as we'll see later on, and that drama plays into a lot of episodes and makes it more than campy and cheesy. It gives a sense of urgency to the plot that wasn't quite there before. That introduction really changes the entire dynamic of the show, because now there's 6 Rangers, and the 6th Ranger, Tommy, likes to swoop in at the last second and save the day, which has a lot to do with the Japanese Super Sentai footage, but still, it completely changed the dynamic of the show because there's always this cavalry that could come in and save you. Also, this is the episode where we see the Dragon Zord and Dragon Dagger for the very first time. Alright, then versus now. Both then and now, this is still a legendary addition to the team. Like I said before, Tommy is one of the most iconic parts of the show, at least this early era of it. How exactly did the Zords come back? They did a pretty good job of showing them being destroyed and cast away in the last episode. Yet, they just reappear with really no explanation. I'm talking, quote, there's a simple explanation for that, quote, levels of Gosei explanation. If you've seen Super Mega Force, you know what I'm talking about. But seriously, Zordon says,
"Get them to their Zords immediately."
and Alpha says,
Their Zords have been taken away.
and then it just cuts to the Rangers going, hey, Zordon's back, and then the ground opens up and the Zords are back. Unscathed, untouched, good to go. How and why did that happen so easily? Also, what's with that no way that we opened up the episode with? That's just hilarious and sticks out. And also, I love, the posing and the punching and the kicks, but usually there's a monster involved, so it's kind of weird nowadays to see the Rangers morph to pose on the top of a mountain at nobody. Maybe Rita's watching, maybe they're just rubbing it in her face, but it is a little weird. Alright guys, it's comment time! Last week I asked you guys what other character from Power Rangers you'd like to see grow giant sized. Here's what you had to say. Barney Classic said Rita, enough said. Good choice. I hope you've also seen the season 3 finale of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because that actually happens. And they don't really use it quite to the extent they should, but Rita does grow giant-sized. Carlton Willingham says Doggy Kruger from SPD. That would be cool because I know he also becomes a ranger, but I think it would be more hilarious if just Doggy Kruger without morphing grows giant size. And full disclosure, I haven't seen SPD yet, but I just did get the season on DVD, so I am going to be watching through it pretty soon. Alright, this episode we got to see Dragon Zord in fighting mode. I want you guys to come up with a new combination of Zords to use with Dragon Zord, and just so that way you can be as creative as you want, you can use any Zord in Power Rangers history. But if you're gonna use some out of the Zordon era, please let me know which season they're from so I can check it out. So let me know what Zord combinations you'd like to see happen with Tommy's Dragon Zord in the comments below. Alright, the very next episode we're watching is Gung Ho. Give it a watch and we'll review it next week. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that, and give us a thumbs up if you like this recap of Green with Evil. That's all from me. I'll see you guys next week. Punch it! Oh yeah!